Hello M2ers, we are going to take a look at 8.6 Area of Trapezoids today. So, if you take a look at our notes, you can see I've got two pictures of different gliders here. And when we're looking at the gliders, we can see that they have a wing and they have another section in the back that is called an elevator. And in the bottom glider here, you can see that they are in the shape of a trapezoid. So trapezoids show up in everyday life, and this is just one example. When we're looking at trapezoids, we know a figure is a trapezoid if it has exactly one pair of parallel sides. That's what makes it a trapezoid. So when I look at my first figure, I have the two parallel sides and they're labeled base 1 and base 2. It doesn't matter which one you want to call base 1 or base 2 as long as they are the parallel sides. The parallel sides in the second figure are on the right and the left, and on the third figure they're on the right and the left. You'll notice the third figure I use B1 and B2. It's just another notation. Instead of writing out the whole word base, they use a lowercase b. In each case for these trapezoids, the height of the trapezoid is always the distance between the two bases. So you can see in the first two there's a dashed line and it's labeled height. On the third one, this bottom side here is the height. And it's the height because it forms a 90-degree angle with the two bases, because this is a right trapezoid. So if it's a right trapezoid, the height will actually be the side length. So why is the bottom side the height? The bottom side forms a 90-degree angle with both bases. Okay. So it's important that we can identify the bases and the height, because we're going to need that when we find the area. So at the back side of the glider is the elevator. The elevator controls the pitch, or how much up and down the aircraft is going to change based on tipping this forward or backwards. So we are going to take a look at finding the area of the elevator as well as the area of the wing. So our formula for area of a trapezoid is we're going to take the sum of the bases, we multiply it by the height, and we divide by 2. So I'm going to start with the elevator, and we're going to say base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So by taking the sum of the bases and dividing it by 2, we're really just taking the average of the bases. So our bases are always the parallel sides. So we can see here the bases are 4.5 feet and 3 feet. So I'm going to plug in 4.5 plus 3. I can see my height is 8 feet. Commutative property of addition, it doesn't matter which order you put your bases in, you're going to get the same sum. So before I move forward, I'm always going to see about simplifying with the denominator. So 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 8 4 times. That gives me a smaller number to multiply this sum by. When I add those together, I get 7.5, and I'm going to multiply that by 4. If I double 7.5, I get 15. So if I double that again, I get 30. So the area is 30, and my units will be square feet. Don't forget the units on these. All right, now we're going to find the area of the wing. Still starting with my formula, base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2, and that's equal to the area. You can start with the A or end with the A. It doesn't matter which way you want to go. Once again, the bases are parallel and they form a 90-degree angle with the height. So the two sides that are parallel here are the 11 feet and the 5 feet. The height forms a 90-degree angle. So in this case, that is one side of the wing, which is 38 feet. And this is divided by 2. 38 is even, so I'm going to simplify that. Half of 38 is 19. So when I add this together, I'm going to get 16 times 19 for my area. If you multiply those together, you get 304. I look at my units, I see their feet, so this is square feet for my area. So there you go. You found the area of two trapezoids, the wing being a right trapezoid and the elevator being not a right trapezoid, I guess. All right, we're going to do 4 more problems on the back before you try some on your own. All right. So, we've got a little bit of lighting issue. Let's see if I can settle that down a little bit here. All right. We're still going to start with our same formula, but in this case, you can see we're going to have a missing measurement that we're going to solve for. So area is equal to base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. They give us an area of 190 square meters. The height is the dashed line, and that is unknown, so we're going to keep that H. But our two bases, the two parallel sides, are 15 and 23 meters. So 15 plus 23 divided by 2. All right, so now we're going to try to make this as easy as we can. I can't divide, I can't cancel H and 2 because we don't know the value for H. So I'm going to start off by doing my addition and seeing if I end up with an even number that's going to be friendly to divide by 2. Sure enough, I add them together and I get 38 H divided by 2. Half of 38 is 19. So I have 190 equals 19H. When I divide by 19, I get a very friendly number of 10 meters for my height. If you run out of room here, just bring it right up to the side and start a second column. All right, nice job. Let's take a look at the next one. Area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. I'm going to plug in 49 1/2 for the area. The bases, I know one base is 8, but I don't know the second base. When I plug in the variable though, I'm just going to write B. So B plus 8 times the height, in this case the height is 9 divided by 2. All right, so this is the tricky one. You might want to star this one because it's going to be just like number 6 on your homework. So I can look, and I'm not going to be able to, I could divide 9 by 2, but it doesn't give me a very friendly number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use big brackets, and I'm just going to multiply by the reciprocal 2/9. If I do that, they'll cancel out. And when I'm over here, if this is 2/9, I know this is a mixed number. I can still put it over 1. Because what's going to happen when I multiply 49.5 by 2? You're right, I get a nice friendly whole number. I get rid of the fraction. So if I double that, I get 99. Right? I'm multiplying 2 by 49.5. 9 by 1 is 9. Oh, I'm liking this even better. And then I just have a friendly b plus 8. This is looking good. Divide 99 by 9, and I get 11 equals b plus 8. If I subtract 8 from both sides, I get 3, in this case my units are miles, is equal to b. So this one looked the most challenging to begin with because it had mixed numbers and we couldn't really cancel to begin with, but it turned out to be friendly. So don't get intimidated. We got 2 to go, and I've got a nice little decimal here for the next one. So I have I'm going to start with my formula, base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2 is equal to the area. My 2 bases are the parallel sides that form a 90-degree angle with the height. So I have 17.2 plus 14.8. I don't know my height. My height is x, but I do know the area of 256. When I add these together, I get a friendly 32. That's nice. See, once again, you're getting stressed that it was going to be a little high maintenance, but it's not so bad. And this is 256. If I divide, oh, I forgot divided by 2. Oh my. We can put that in there. So half of 32 is 16 equals 256. If I divide both sides by 16, I end up with 16 feet. So 16 feet, here we go, sorry about that, is equal to x. Oh, I've got to write that correctly. X is on the left side. We're going to keep it on the left. So x equals 16 feet. 256 divided by 16 is 16. Okay. We've got 1 to go. Base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2 is equal to the area. Now my 2 parallel sides are z and 12. My height, this is my height right here, is 20, and I'm going to divide by 2, and that's going to equal the area, which is 840 square centimeters. I can see right away I can simplify, and I've got z plus 12 times 10. So z plus 12 in parentheses times 10 equals 840. I'm going to divide both sides by 10. Look at that, it cancels out nicely, and I get z plus 12 equals 84. I subtract my 12, and I get z is equal to 72. I check my units, it's centimeters. All right, so there you go. This is going to be the type of homework assignment that you're going to want to reference your notes, because It's a little, they're a little tricky when you're finding for the missing side, whether it's a base or the height. So make sure you grab these and you'll be in great shape. All right, remember, reach out if you've got any questions. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.